Everyone's having a blessed Tuesday. So today for Plant Feature Tuesday, I'm going to go ahead and feature this young lady. This is so it was sold to me as a variegated star variegated Sansevieria. There's many names for it. They have the Sansevieria, Silver Marginata, Hahnii. It's also known as the Silver Star Hahnii. So yeah, there's quite a bit of different names when it comes to this particular plant, but one is for sure, she's a beauty. She has the silver with cream color bands around her leaves. This is her little offset, and she's doing pretty good. I pulled her off maybe in March. She was on the side of her for quite some time, so when I got her, actually she was just a little thing sticking out, and so I pulled her out, and that's her little offset. And the offset even has the variegation. Such a beautiful little plant. This one I have in terracotta. She's in a 5-inch. She grows really good. I haven't had any issues with her. She is a Sansevieria, so I water her, I want to say, about once a month. She's in a very free draining soil with which is perlite, some orchid mix, some cactus mix, and I believe that's what I put with her. Yeah, orchid mix, perlite, and some cactus mix, cactus soil or whatnot, EB Stone organic cactus soil. But yeah, she's a beauty. I give her all my Sansevierias. Well, most of them are in my room, and they're in a south-facing window. It's actually a southwest-facing window, so they get some really good light all day long, even though they're low-light plants. But they can tolerate low light, but they love light. They come from they don't want direct sun on them. And my window basically that they're in is a southwest window, and so basically they get light because there's two buildings. They get the light shining through the buildings, so the two buildings are kind of like a shield for them, but still in all, it's not really direct hot sun on them. But they really, if you want to keep variegation anyways, you want to have them in some good light to keep that variegation, or it'll just turn like a dull color. But she's a beauty, and I did have all of them in low light, especially her. I've had her for a year now, and I had her in low light, and she still was growing. So I didn't really notice if her variegation was changing or not, but I can see bottom leaves are a little darker than the new leaves, and so yeah. But she's a beauty. Like I said, I water her once a month. I give her southwest light window. There's a southwest window, free draining soil, terracotta. Like I said, this is a Sansevieria, so you want to really watch with the water. And she, once the offset is big, I let the offsets of Sansevieria especially just get almost as tall as the baby. As the mother plant. But except for my wellfin, I want actually 3 leaves before I take the offset off of my wellfin, because she is big enough, but I'd rather get one more leaf out of her, and then I'll go ahead and repot her into 3 different pots. But as of now, I let her offset get pretty much about the same size, it's not going to be the same size as far as width, but as far as height wise. and then you just pull it off, make sure there's roots, and then you stick it in the same, soil, and then water it real good, and then leave her alone. But make sure there are roots attached to the rhizome that she's attached to. Make sure there's roots before you plant it into another pot. But other than that, this is her. She's a beauty. I think she's one of the prettiest ones I have. Like, I have quite a bit, and they're all beautiful, but I just love looking at her because just the her structure, and just how beautiful the colors in her, and how there's like dark green little little dots almost on her, just makes her a real beauty. And then looking at her baby, the baby is the same way. So yeah, I haven't had any issues with her. She's really, really easy to take care of as long as you follow those rules. Don't water her too much. Don't give her a free draining. Keep her. I put all my Sansevierias in terracotta. Once it hit March, that's when I started transferring everybody over out their nursery pots. But I did keep my plants in their nursery pots for quite some time. So it is okay to do that. Keep them in nursery pots. At least let them get situated. If you buy your plants in the winter, though, definitely do not take them out until, keep them in their nursery pots at least till March or April when spring starts. That way you don't have no chance of them being in shock, because it is going to start getting warmer and the sun's coming out and stuff, so it's not so cold. But yeah, this is her. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful to anyone. So this is a Hahnii. This is this Silver Star, Silver Marginata. You'll find there's several names for Sansevierias, because the cultivar, the person who's basically growing them, they come up with their own names too. So you'll find a lot of plants with multiple names, and she's one that has multiple names. So the Silver Star, Silver Marginata, Silver Variegated Hahnii, but at the end of the day, she is a Hahnii. She's not going to grow any larger. She's a bird's nest form, and she won't get any. She'll grow a little taller, but not to where her leaves are narrow, like the the ones with the long, narrow leaves. She's a bird's nest form. Now, I don't know if they probably do have because they come in three. So there's the tall, narrow, then you have the compact ones that are basically compact. The leaves are generally fat, and they're a little bit, they're like medium size. And then you have bird's nest. This is a bird's nest, or they call them Hahnii or bird's nest. Those are the two names for that, bird's nest and Hahnii. But this is definitely a bird's nest form. It's not going to get any taller. It's just going to get wider. I don't know how it will grow if it was in different conditions. The conditions I have are, like I said, southwest window. There's two buildings between that window, but it actually has a point where the sun is beaming through the window, through the building. So there is a time where it gets like straight sun, but it's not really, really hot on them. But and I live in Sacramento, California. So I don't know any other kind of conditions, or this is just my conditions that I'm telling you the care of. But yeah, so I don't know how much taller she will get, but she is the bird's nest form. And like I said, the offset is pretty much, this is how the offset looks. So thank you so much for watching. And as far as feeding, with all the Sansevierias, I have the Jobs fertilizers, the fertilizer sticks, the Job's fertilizer slow release, and you put them in as directed, and so they're just slow release, and I believe they last up to 60 days, if I'm not mistaken, 60 or 90 days. But that's what I have in pretty much all my Sansevierias, and they actually like it, and they're doing pretty good. I pretty much use it in almost all my plants, and they're thriving, because at least you don't forget, and it's slow release. And so, in Job's is, I don't believe it's organic, but it is a lot of people use that, and it's been around for quite some time, the Job's fertilizer sticks. So that is what I use for my Sansevierias. So thank you so much for watching. Hope everyone has a blessed day. And if you're in the area and you see this beautiful beauty, or I see a lot of them online, get it. It's really easy. It won't give you no problem, and it's a beauty to look at. On top of that, you don't have to do much. Just leave it alone. Water it at least once a month, unless you have it in really, really hot, maybe every 2 weeks, but don't water it too much. Whatever you do, I don't care what kind of conditions you have your Sansevieria in, don't water it more than 10 days. 10 days, give it at least 10 days, because they do not like to be overwatered, and they'll rot. Before you know it, the leaves will start turning mushy, and it'll just rot out. So just be careful as far as watering. But thank you so much for watching. Hope everyone has a blessed week. Bye.